Hi, good morning, everybody. Hey, I have wonderful to start off our webinar, and it was so good to have people from United States, Canada, Philippines, and Singapore, New Zealand. Wow, quite a few different places. Actually, it was kind of unique. Anyway, today the reason why I think that this is going to be a continuous webinar from our previous discussion, why sleeping is so important. One of the reasons is because I found that many people kind of ignore about sleeping for diabetes. And as you know, if you are diabetic, you can also potentially, if you don't sleep well, erase your blood sugar. Well, I'm going to welcome some of my friends here, like Eugene. Eugene, can you see your Facebook also? Give me a two if you can see Facebook. You can. That would be wonderful. And oh, wonderful, great, thank you. But anyway, so a lot of people start coming to me and start giving me asking more information. So that result, I realized a lot of people just don't remember to actually focus in sleeping is actually important task for diabetes patients. So I thought that it would be really good to have this webinar to create it. And so we made this webinar a lot more detail and hope that with that, you will get a lot more information how to do better sleep. And with that, you can actually lower your blood sugar. And that's the whole purpose of this continued discussion. And then also in March 26th, we're going to have a really good discussion about kidney disease for diabetic kidney disease. The reason is, about 30% of typical diabetic patient may end up with diabetic kidney disease. So that is actually can be a serious issue, because if you don't take care of kidney, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, you know what? You're going to end up with dialysis. And I used to work for Baxter International, and I brought CAPD, a very good form of dialysis, into Asia Pacific. And I see, at that time, 50% of my patients have diabetes, now 75%. I saw people are tremendously suffering from the kidney issue. So you guys need to spend some time, listen to about 1 hour, and then with Professor Larry Chan, who is a guru in diabetes, dialysis. And so it will be really nice to have him to work with us and give us that lectures. So do mark down on your calendar. It's going to be at, for Hong Kong, will be 11 a.m. on March 26th. For people from Hawaii, USA, will be on the 25th at 5 p.m., just like right now. And California time will be 7 p.m. So just make sure you write it down on your calendar. I think will be really a wonderful things you don't want to miss. Okay. Hi，各位朋友，我係 Angela LOWSUTEA President。首先多謝各位朋友啊，喺不同嘅地方有新加坡、馬來西亞、加拿大、Canada 同埋呢個 California。咁好多人喺度咧一齊聽今日講書。咁其實點解會講多一堂書喎？關於瞓覺咧，個問題咧就好多時咧，原來好多糖尿病者咧就唔記得咗瞓覺原來好重要東西嚟嘅。咁原來咧瞓覺瞓得唔好咧，真係會 increase the blood sugar。咁我呢個咧係上一次講得好清楚。咁上一堂咧講就點解你會有啲咁嘅情況發生咧？咁呢個其實咧就因為係好多，譬如好似我個頸已經好大個啊，咁好多時咧就snoring 好大啊，即係鼻鼾好高啊，咁亦都阻塞咗嗰啲睡眠窒息症嘅影響咧，令到係會唞唔到氣啊。咁其實講咗呢啲係麼我哋嘅身體上嘅難題。咁今次咧係俾多啲機會咧，你了解點能夠用咩方法咁樣瞓覺更好咧？今日呢個堂咧係講呢樣嘢，所以係十分好嘅。咁幫助你能夠更加多了解。OK， so thank you for all joining us. Just coming in now. We have so many different people from all over the world, but today, why I want to continue this webinar is because a lot of people just kind of forgot why it's so important to, have good sleep. And that's why, and why good sleep will actually affect your blood sugar going up. So I really want to make sure that you guys have a clear understanding. So don't ignore sleep, basically. Okay. And last week we talked about more on the body issues, like for example, why when you have breathing difficulty because you snore and you affect your breathing, and then the net result, it will make you sleep very difficult. So a lot of more on a body physical issue, but this time we're going to teach you more about ways and tips, how you ways to get you better sleep and really get a good sleep and decrease blood sugars. Okay, so I'm going to start my seminar now, and then I'll share my screen. So we'll go from there. Let me see right here. Good. And hopefully everybody can see that. Eugene, can you see that you guys can able to see the screen? Give me a 1 if you can. That would be great. I think you can, basically. Okay, good. So today we'll talk about the 20 ways to sleep better when you're pre-diabetic, diabetic. Now, so important. A lot of people don't realize, hey, you're pre-diabetic, it's the same thing. Absolutely, it's the same thing, because if you are pre-diabetic, you don't sleep well, you also will potentially get really, your blood sugar also go up. So I'm going to spend at least 5 minutes just to catch up with the people, because a lot of new people comes in. And so I want to make sure that they also know what is diabetes. And so they're all from everybody have the same level of platform. So they will sort of go together. And so this 5 minutes just to catch up. Okay. So keep in mind, diabetes is a chronic disease. You don't get well. All you got to do is you got to control your blood sugar. The worst thing is because diabetes affects your entire body, all the vessels. And later on, I would show you why it's so important, because all the plaques are formed everywhere, and that will affect your entire body. That's really sad. And that's why it's so important. And you got to control your blood sugar to prevent that. And so you don't get to complication. And pre-diabetic is the same thing. So how do you control your blood sugar? Very simple. Basically, you have the proper dieting, exercise, weight management, and then you have to measure blood sugar by poking a finger. And then you gotta eliminate all the white food, meaning the rice or limit very little, or your juice, a sugary drink, bread. All those things has to be, really substantially decreased. And certainly we have LOWSUTEA, which is a product really can help you to lower your blood sugar and continue drinking that. So anyway, this is where we start off, and everybody have really, if you have diabetes, only thing you can control. And you need to bring your A1C down to below 6.4. And if you're over 6.4, you still can bring it down. And up to you can able to control your diet, blood sugar, exercise, and weight. And I assure you, I tell you, weight is so important. And I'll show you a little why this is so important too. Okay, now this is a very important slide, because I think all the people will join in, like Judith. Thank you very much, Judith Clark. I appreciate you actually joining us today. Reason is this is really show you how diabetes all started off. Okay, now first thing usually is your cholesterol, which is the LDL cholesterol, start going up, and it will damage what? Your B cell come from your pancreas, and if the B cell pancreas are damaged from the pancreas, they don't carry the sugar into this to the cells. So net result, more and more blood sugar going up. Now, when you have that happen, the sugar and cholesterol will make the blood become very thickened and start forming plaques everywhere. From your brain, your everywhere, the entire body. Okay, so that is why when long-term complication, that's where it comes. When you have a lot of plaque going up everywhere in the body, you know what? All these plaque will eliminate space, so your blood pressure second stage will go up. And when that happens, your blood sugar continue to go up. And then if you don't do anything, lifestyle is the same, you know what? The third stage is you become a pre-diabetic, which is mean your A1C will start from 5.7. A1C is the hemoglobin cells, all the sugar attached to the percentage sugar is 5.7 is the normal. But if sugar going up, it will become 5.7 all the way to 6.4. With this, you are a pre-diabetic. And once you're over 6.4, you're 6.5, you are diabetes. And the stage 4 yes, you are diabetes. And once you got confirmed as diabetes after a year, 2-time test, then you are not going to go back. They will still call you a diabetes. Okay, so keep that in mind and really don't want to go into this stage. And that's why we try to do a lot of education. Hopefully that will get everybody not to go into diabetes if they're pre-diabetic. 各位朋友，我係 Andrew 啦，咁講過啦，咁其實好重要咧，就我哋講翻咧，就係第一，我哋其實咧，如果糖尿患病者係唔會好嘅，只係控制嘅啫。咩控制咧？就糖尿同埋前期患病都要控制，係將佢個 A1C 跌到係6.4以下。咁其實咧，點解呢個糖尿病係咁重要咧？呢個好重要就係呢張 slide 啊，呢張 slide 係講及咧，第一你嘅膽固醇會上去啦，咁膽固醇就損壞咗你嘅 B cells 啦。當你損壞咗 B cell 之後咧，咁你嘅B cell 就唔會帶啲糖入去個細胞裏邊咯。咁如果唔帶糖入細胞裏邊咧，弊家伙啦。咁嗰啲糖同埋個 cholesterol LDL 咧就會一路係咁上去。咁你咧個血咧就變咁好結啦，好結咧就 form 咗啲咁嘅 plaque 咧 ，everywhere 成身都係嘅。咁最後咧，咁你就第二個 stage 你嘅血壓就會開始慢慢上嚟㗎啦。咁如果你繼續都係一樣嘅生活啦，冇轉到咧，咁弊啦。咁之後咧，你個 A1C 咧就係由5.7，A1C 就係紅血球。個細胞叫做hemoglobin， 紅血球咧就會嗰啲糖 attach 佢，有 percent attach 嘅。咁如果你繼續係咁上去嘅時候咧，就你嘅糖咧就會繼續上去由5.7% 至到係6.4。過去到時候咧，第4個 stage 你就已經糖尿患病者啦。嗱，多數喺全世界都咁度呢個 A1C 㗎，所以如果你想知道你係啲咩情況，你一定問醫生我 A1C 係幾多咧？咁其實 So actually, why we ask people to drink LOWSUTEA and why it works is because LOWSUTEA has 2 products in there. It's called guava leaves, which block the sugar into the vessels, and then the bitter melon will take just like they increase the sensitivity of the insulin and take sugar into the cells. But there's one more thing that's so important. Bitter melon will work is they also take the excess sugar out from from the urine, it dumped it off, and also cholesterol also dumped off, plus the salt come off. So at the end of the day, you have 3 things will come off. One, your sugar comes off, your cholesterol comes off, and last but not least, because the salt comes off, your blood sugar will blood pressure will also come down. So that's why drinking LOWSUTEA works, and that's why it's so important. 嗱，各位糖友，其實點解飲去糖茶咁重要咧？因為佢去糖茶咧係有2個 ingredient 喺裏面嘅。第一個就係呢個番石榴葉啦，番石榴葉就 block 咗啲糖，唔俾佢入去個血管裏邊。咁第二樣嘢咧就嗰個苦瓜，苦瓜咧其實咧就好特別嘅，佢咧就係好似胰島素咁，但係佢就將嗰啲胰島素咧increase 咗佢個敏感度 ，increase 佢 sensitivity 敏感度，咁佢就帶翻啲糖入去細胞裏邊。咁仲有咧，如果你有啲 excess 嘅糖多咗糖出嚟嘅，佢就喺尿嗰度掉啲糖出嚟，同埋掉埋啲 cholesterol 出嚟，仲有掉埋個鹽出嚟。當你做呢啲咧，佢就第一降低咗你嘅糖啦，第二降你膽固醇啦，第三有一個好重要咧，就降低你血壓，因為減咗鹽之後咧，你血壓就會降低㗎啦。So if you do not do anything, continue my lifestyle, the risk is really sad because the risk is going to have you, one, you'll have potential with stroke, you're going to have cataract issue, you're going to have pancreas malfunction, doesn't work. More important, 40-60% with heart disease because all the plaques start blocking all the vessels. So you may end up with heart disease. And then the worst that you got nerve damage because, plugging all the sugars all over the head and so forth, you can't get the feel. When you have nerve damage, it will not get your nerve to feel your pain and so forth. And that is actually very dangerous at the end of the day because when you have injury, you don't feel it and you get infected, you end up a foot might be cut off. And then you also, because the blood with all the plaques everywhere, so your blood pressure goes up, blood vessels will be damaged. And then we will talk about in March 26 is how do you get diabetic nephropathy? In other words, your kidney will totally damaged because can't filter it anymore. So how that works. So Professor Larry Chen will talk about that. And really sad, 30% of diabetic patients have no sex life because they can't feel, because of the nerve damage. So really at the end of the day, you have all kind of problems. Plus, if you're pregnant, you have a potential also with gestation diabetic, eventually change the diabetes. So diabetic is a lifelong disease. Matter of fact, my professor friend was telling me, you think COVID is bad? This is worse because this affects your whole life. Okay, so we get really serious to it. Okay， 嗱，各位朋友，如果你咩唔做，一個好大問題咧，就係 end up 你就會有中風嘅問題啦，有眼青光眼啦，睇唔到嘢盲啦，你個胰臟開始壞啦，咁出唔到胰島素啦，仲有心臟病啦，40至60% 病人咧係有心臟病啊，仲有神經系統損壞啦。如果神經系統損壞咧，好大問題，你感覺唔到咧，咁你樣嘢落去嘅時候咧，你就一個好大嘅問題。醒傷咗，你又唔知道啦，咁喺度發炎啦，腳都割埋啦，咁你血管亦都開始全部硬化啊，好多 plaque 啊，咁啊 damage 晒血管啦，血壓高啦，咁仲有咧腎啊整壞咗佢咧，要洗腎啦。30%嘅糖尿病病人係冇性功能，因為佢冇感覺啊。咁如果 pregnancy 咧，亦都係一個問題嘅，因為如果佢有 gestation diabetic 咧，咁亦都會令到佢第時喺將來真係變咗大。所以糖尿病咧唔係好似即係咁簡單，係即係1-2年嘅病，係一世嘅病。所以你一定要用好多功夫咧，繼續努力去將你個病咧係能夠令到佢咧係可以能夠痊癒。哇！呢個係好大嘅 benefit 嚟㗎。一定如果你做到之後，咁你就唔會有好多後患症。因為現在嚟講咧，當你有糖尿病嘅時候咧，就喂冇乜嘢啦依家，但係5至10年後咧，你就好大問題出現㗎，好多問題出現嘅。So our company is very unique. We have basically also besides just asking people to drink LOWSUTEA, but we felt that was so important that a lot of people don't understand diabetes. So I personally, because I'm an ICU nurse, I have spent 40 years in healthcare. So I thought that it would be nice if I could able to help lots of people understand what's diabetes. And I work with dialysis for over, so many years with Baxter International, seeing all these diabetic patients. So I felt that I have the capability, I have the skill set to share all these diabetic management with everybody. So net result, all the people who listen to our lecture have benefit how to manage diabetes so they can be all healthy. And if I can able to help people to delay their diabetic conversion for 10, 15, 20 years, and then if the diabetes, they have about 10, 20 years, they don't get complication, hey, I think I did my job. So that is really my objective. And so we thought that with the 5 program will help many of the pre-diabetic, diabetic patients can able to lower the blood sugar, lower the cholesterol, lower the blood pressure, the 3 higher lower, and they can be healthy. Wow, I think I did my job. So we have 5 programs. First program is diet. We will show you how to do all dieting, how to lower the blood sugar, cholesterol, and so forth. And we have all kinds of lectures. We have 100 lectures actually. And we'll show you how to exercise. Exercise is very simple. We just walk 10,000 steps, 150 minutes per week. It's very simple. And even with light exercise, with a barbell, those are all very simple. You can do it at home, anywhere, actually. And you got to have weight control. The BMI got to be over 23. Now, I can tell you, really, at the end of the day, if you can lower 10% of weight, your A1C will drop 1%. And it actually is mine, okay? I can tell you my weight was 220 pounds, 2.5 years ago. And I dropped it down to 195 pounds. My A1C dropped 1%. You know what? I was almost to be diabetic because I was 6.9 A1C. Now my A1C is 6 because of just dropping weight plus I'm dieting and so forth. Now I'm still trying to work on my weight. So my weight now went down to 190. Imagine that. And my blood sugar are so nice now. So really at the end of the day, if you can able to drop your weight down, your blood sugar definitely improve. Plus you drinking LOWSUTEA, exercising, wow, all that will come together. And you will be so much healthier. I felt so much lighter. My knee don't get pain. Wow, that is so good. And so with all that, we also have Dr. webinar to help you out. and also blood tracking technique to help you track. So you will continue to learn how to better maintain your health. And that's why this is what we're trying to do. 嗱，各位朋友，可能你就話，誒咁啊，咁即係你我都冇乜嘢，咁我使乜咁認真咧？其實唔係。點解我做咁多嘢去講書啊咁咧？因為我已經做咗40年 healthcare 㗎啦。咁我係假嘅 ICU nurse， 同埋我亦都喺東南亞 introduce 咧 CAPD 個腹膜透析嘅成個東南亞啦，我 introduce 嘅。咁我覺得我有咁嘅 knowledge 啦，有咁嘅責任咧，希望咧就令到更加多人咧了解咩叫糖尿病，咁佢唔會受苦，亦都唔會洗腎啊，或者任何嘅更加嚴重嘅病啦。咁如果我做呢樣嘢咧 ，I think I did my job，OK？咁所以我係特別做呢樣。咁有5個 program 啊，第一個 program 咧就 diet 啦，你要食嘢點食啊？點降低 carbs 啊？咁我有好多呢 program 又成8個 lecture 咁多嘅，亦都好多講書啊，講啲東西啦。咁第二個 exercise 咧，運動好簡單嘅，我哋唔係話要你好多好難嘅運動，行咁簡單。行1萬步或者150分鐘一個禮拜裏邊，咁你其實已經降低到你嘅磅數㗎啦。第三，你係要控制你嘅磅。嗱，其實控制磅係好重要嘅。當你控制under 10% 嘅磅減咗咧，你個 A1C 係 improve 咗幾多啊？你個 A1C improve 咗係1%。即係如果你係7嘅話，你係變咗6。其實我哋 exactly 一樣嘅，我嗰陣時6.9嘅，2年前我當係。減低咗10% 嘅磅數，225磅減90啦，唔係200啊 ，sorry。咁我嘅 A1C 已經去到係6.1咁上下啦。咁現在咧我係去190啦。咁我啲血糖係更加好，哇！真係開心到窒。所以其實咧減磅係 definitely 幫到你嘅。咁當然diet 要點去減磅啊 ，diet 啊同埋行啊，呢啲係全部係做到係。繼續幫助你做到呢樣嘢啦，所以呢啲係 all included 嘅 ，OK？ So today we're going to talk about 20 ways to sleep better. How do you get better sleep for pre-diabetic patient? Now this is so important because you know why? Our problem is if you don't have good quality sleep, you might close your eye, but you're not really sleeping. That is not going to help your blood sugar. This is true for all diabetic or pre-diabetic patients. It's the same thing. Unfortunately, 30% of diabetic patients, they have some form of sleep disorder, and this is very much in all studies. And on top of that, majority of diabetic patients or pre-diabetic patients, they all focus on diet, but they forgot one more thing. It's not only diet. Yes, you can also do some exercise, but prioritize sleeping is also so important. If you don't prioritize sleeping, you are missing one significant steps, okay? So really at the end of the day, pre-diabetic patient, you really need to have plenty good high quality sleep, and you have to restful sleep to actually let your body to regenerate, so your blood sugar will definitely be good. So today we will talk about the 20 steps to get you better sleep, and also tell you why this is so important to do. So we're gonna give a better conclusion and really ask you to really start practicing. Now, as I mentioned, 30% of the diabetic patient, they have some form of disorder. And that's why sleeping is so important, because you don't get good sleep. You know one thing? Your blood sugar will go up. When you poor sleep, that's one important thing is your insulin is going to have high resistance. When you don't sleep well, insulin high resistant, your high blood sugar will go up. Your blood sugar will go up. And the reason, because you don't sleep well, your cortisol will also increase, meaning you're ready to fight. So your insulin is going to have high resistance, and you are not going to have, bring down blood sugar, actually give you more sugar in your bloodstream because they thought that you're ready to fight, okay? And studies show that for diabetic and pre-diabetic patient is the most important. You have at least 7 hours sleep. If you're less than 5 hours sleep, you are going to have really weird blood sugar issue. If you sleep too much, the studies show 5 to 8 hours, you're over 8 hours sleep. Also, A1C didn't do well. So 7 hours sleep is really the sweet spot of sleeping somehow, okay? And this is all by studies show that, wow, okay, this is so important. So everybody, let's try to get 7 hours sleep. It's 7 hours sleep, not 5 hours sleep, not 10 hours sleep, 9 hours sleep. It's 7 hours sleep, okay? Now, the sad part is when you have not enough sleep, you know what's going to happen is you're going to start eating more and your blood sugar goes up. The reason why is when you have not enough sleep, the hormone called leptin, which is really leptin is a hormone that is get you down your appetite. You know where you get more leptin, your appetite will go down, so you don't want to eat. But you don't have enough sleep. There's another hormone called ghrelin, which is increase your hunger. So you are always looking for, food to eat. So when you have not enough sleep, your ghrelin hormone will goes up, and then your leptin hormone will go down. So net result, you feel hungry. I want to go sleep. I want to eat. I want to do more eating. And then net result, you go not eating, really not healthy food. Majority of people, when they get hungry to eat, they eat all kind of stuff like cookies, candy, whatever they come in line, they will go for it. So net result, your blood sugar goes up because you eat more. And then, you will start gaining weight, and plus it screw up your entire blood sugar management program, okay? Now, also, when your blood sugar goes up, your kidney will say, hey, man, your blood sugar is going up. You got to start able to dump off your sugar out of urine, because that's the kidney is supposed to do. So you're going to go to urinate at nighttime a lot more. You're going to go sushi a lot more. So every night you wake up, I'm going to make all kind of urination. So your blood sugar goes up, it's going to affect the sleep because you go to urinate a lot more. Now, one more thing. If your blood sugar too low also will affect your sleep. Remember, when your blood sugar low, what that means low is your blood sugar becomes 70 milligram per dil or 3.9 millimole per liter. So when you get restless, sleep, remember when you don't have blood sugar, you know what you do? You feel jittering, and then you're going to end up the same thing. You got restless, you have nightmare, you got sweat. So you really don't get enough sleep, because you are having all kind of this issue. So that will definitely affect your sleep. And then if you have, if you are, unfortunately, diabetic actually is, you are 3 times more to able potentially to be depressed because, of diabetes. A typical study, 3 times more diabetic patients are depressed. When you're depressed, you know what's going to happen? You have insomnia, where, you don't feel like you keep thinking about all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, actually, usually, and then you affect the sleep. So insomnia, another thing too, is also create depression. So really, sleep has become very important. So remember, it's not just, wow, I don't sleep well, so what? But it affect your blood sugars tremendously. 嗱，各位同學，點解瞓覺咁重要咧？如果糖尿病病者，嗱 ，don't forget，第一喺好多 study 裏邊咧睇到原來30%嘅糖尿病病者咧都有一啲咁嘅瞓覺嘅問題出現嘅。咁其實咧，如果你係瞓得唔好，咁你個胰島素抗拒咧就會升高嘅。咁一升高，點解會升高？因為瞓得唔好嘅人有 stress 啦。咁我個胰島素咧就係荷爾蒙出嚟咧，就 cortisol 荷爾蒙就話準備打仗咁樣啲血，咪要血糖要直上高咯。咁所以有 insulin resistance 係高嘅。OK。咁第二樣嘢，瞓覺嘅時間只係能夠最好就瞓7個鐘頭，即係 for diabetes 係瞓7個鐘頭啊，唔係瞓5個鐘頭，唔係瞓10個鐘頭，瞓得多又唔好嘅。A1C 睇到出嚟咧，如果你瞓5個或者10個或者8個咧，佢 A1C 高 up 嘅，所以其實個最好嘅瞓覺嘅 amount 時間係7個鐘頭。如果你唔夠瞓嘅時候咧，你身體就會好緊張啦，好多 stress 啦，咁你又 end up 有一樣嘢啊，開始食嘢啦。點解咧？有兩個荷爾蒙，一個 leptin 荷爾蒙就係應該俾你冇胃口嘅，有個 ghrelin 荷爾蒙咧係應該俾你咧 increase 你嘅肚餓嘅。當你一唔夠瞓嘅時候咧，你個問題咧就個 ghrelin 荷爾蒙咧就會上升。咁即係話你希望會食多啲嘢啦，嗰個 leptin 荷爾蒙咧就會降低，咁啊變咗你唔會冇胃口啦。咁你食好咧就增加你血糖上去啦，增加你嘅卡路里啦，咁你有肥胖啦。咁仲有咧就係 如果你食得好多嘢嘅時候咧，你血糖高嘅時候咧，你個腎咧就開始掉嗰啲血糖出去，喺個尿嗰度掉出嚟。咁你成晚咧就去屙尿，唔使瞓覺，咁啊覺瞓唔到好啦。咁仲有咧，如果你好得意咧，如果你血糖低咧，都會有同樣問題喎。譬如我係3.9嘅變咗，咁你記唔記得近時咧，當你係血糖低嘅時候，你有咩感受啊？你會手震啦，瞓得唔即係個成身都唔舒服啦。咁其實咧瞓覺一樣嘅，你會開始發噩夢啦，又好即係成日都唔得閒啦，會飆冷汗啦，呢啲全部發，咁你瞓唔到覺啦。咁其實咧仲有一樣嘢咧，當你係瞓唔到覺嘅時候咧，亦都會有機會令到你係會有depression 啊。咁點解咧？因為咧，當你有憂鬱症嘅時候咧，就係好多時你成日諗住壞嘢啊，諗晒咁變咗嚟講，你就開始哇死啦，係咪人生咁慘㗎？咁呢啲咁嘅嘢咧，全部令到你瞓唔到覺，亦都瞓唔到，開始有 depression。30%嘅糖尿患病咧有係多過普通人咧有 depression 嘅原因就係有咁嘅情況啦。所以變咗咧瞓覺係十分重要。So we have explained so important to sleep, and you really try hard to help yourself to make sure you get sleep. That's why I want to do this webinar with 20 ways to help you to get better sleep. So how do you get better sleep? Very simple. First of all, you have turned off all cell phone, electronic, because what happened is all the TV, all the cell phone has this thing called blue light that will hurt you from, when the blue light turn on, it actually affect your sleep, affect your brain actually. So turn off all that. A lot of people forgot, even the digital clock also do the same thing. So they don't really cover the digital clock. So this blue light have also come up with, this electronic signal can affect your brain wave and also affect your body. So turn off all the electronic. The worst thing you do is continue watch TV until you fall asleep. In the middle of the night, affect you, cannot sleep. That is not a good habit. So turn off everything before you go to sleep. 嗱，各位堂友，其實咧個藍燈咧，你要知道咧，所有電視啊、電話都有個藍燈嘅。其實咧佢就係會影響睡眠嘅。咁其實咧應該你係瞓覺之前就 shut up 咗佢 ，turn it off， 即係熄咗佢。如果唔係咧，就會成日咧瞓覺，影響你瞓覺。咁其實有一個好重要咧，係你個鬧鐘啊，好多陣時都唔記得鬧鐘，原來係會影響咗嗰個燈嘅嚇。OK。So also, a lot of people actually take 20-minute nap, but it's very important to take the nap in the early in the afternoon, not in the late afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, because we sleep too much, then you're not going to sleep at night. But sleeping is very good, Actually, when 20-minute nap, like after lunch, like take 20-minute nap, that will really refresh you. Or even take a short walk, it will be also very good. Or drink a glass of warm or cold LOWSUTEA can help you also. So not only nap, but also help you, give you a little bit sort of change environment, and that actually relax you. Drinking a LOWSUTEA can also help you relax. So take that really a way to sort of get you out of the routine and able to relax you a little bit. So either nap, walk, or drink a glass of hot or cold LOWSUTEA can help you to become more relaxed and regenerate yourself. 各位朋友，仲有咧，其實仲有好重要咧，就係或者你係行20分行一個好短啊，10零2分3分鐘出去食晏晝行一行啊，或者瞓20分鐘啊，食晏晝覺瞓2分鐘啊，瞌眼啊，咁呢個係十分好嘅生活習慣嚟嘅。其實喺大陸咧，好多人瞓晏覺嘅，哇！真係 work 喎，真係對身體係十分好喎。所以如果你係可以瞓到20分鐘更加好啦。如果唔係咧，行多一個10年20分鐘嘅行亦都好啦，或者飲一啲去糖茶啊、凍熱都得嘅，係飲下。咁你就可能嘅轉換環境咧，俾一個好好嘅俾你康復一個好或者你工作上嘅東西啊，俾你能夠 relax 下，係對十分好嘅。嗱，a lot of people forgot one thing is, wow, the alarm clock actually has light come on. The worst that if you have an alarm clock that is a second go tick, tick, tick. I don't know if you ever have that problem. I have an alarm clock. One of the alarm clock that I had that tick, tick, tick. And the whole night bothers me because it kept tick, tick, tick. And I said, I can't sleep because I keep hearing at nighttime, hearing this alarm clock go tick, tick, tick. So I took it, I put bury in the bed, underneath the bed and blur and draw, and I don't hear anymore, then I could sleep. So important. If you have an alarm clock that has emitted light or it go tick, 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 so make sure that take it away. Don't keep it in there because you don't know which night will affect your sleep. So make sure that you cover that and make sure that doesn't bother you. Okay， 好多人唔記得咗，原來喺個鬧鐘咧，有時有啲鬧鐘嗰啲秒針一滴滴滴滴滴嗰啲啊，咁就嗰啲可能咧個聲亦都係bother你啊。如果有光亦都bother你啊。如果你唔記得一樣嘢，我真係俾佢擺落去一個櫃桶底啊，或者邊度啊 cover 咗佢，咁最低限度咧，呢個唔會影響你瞓覺。其實間時咧，我有一個鬧鐘真係咁嘅，哇，影響我瞓覺唔正仔。所以呢個咧係要記住下，係咪可能夠做呢樣嘢咧？Also, I found that a lot of people have back pain. And back problem, actually, it will be very good to put a pillow between your two legs. And then you lie on the side, on the right-hand side. That can be very, very helpful because it also relaxes you a low back pain. And also it decreases stress on your back when you have something between your two legs. And help you have something that give you a little bit comfort. I guess when you're young, you remember you have to hold on some pillow or something. That is a similar function. But that will be really help. Put the pillow between your leg, and it can be give you some comfort. And I know a lot of older folks would do that in the hospital also. That's also very helpful. Okay. 嗱，各位堂友，其實好重要咧，就擺一個枕頭喺兩隻腳之中間，咁令到你咧係覺得哇係好舒服喎，因為第一咧幫助你個背脊痛嘅能夠 relax 你啦。第二，如果你有隻枕頭擺咗兩個腳之中咧，係能夠幫你係降低你個腳嘅 stress 啦，同埋咧係俾啲安全感俾你嘅。咁呢個咧係你試下呢個係會十分好嘅，因為細佬哥好多時都係中意攬住個枕頭啦。呢個就俾個枕頭喺兩隻腳裏中間。咁其實喺醫院咧我都俾好多病人咧係做呢樣係好用嘅。So also very important, your pillow has to be also good and also maybe soft enough for you, but not to be over too high pillow. So because you don't want to get a pillow that at the end of the day after sleep I got a stiff neck, and you got a pillow is not too flat, it doesn't support you, does support your neck naturally. You got to have a very good posture on your bed before you go to sleep. So those pillows can be very important. As you know, a lot of time when you sleep, I want to get my pillow on, and you make a pillow. So at the end of the day, you really have to have a good, comfortable pillow to give you a good support. So pillow can be something that you really need to consider. Now, a lot of people are different a pillow by, have a neck support and so forth. Consider those pillow, try it out yourself. It'll feel good. If it is, try it. And I think that will be important. Help you to make sure your neck don't get pain at the end of the day when you get up. So that is important. 各位朋友，嗱，枕頭咧係好重要嘅。如果你枕頭係好硬或者好唔舒服，起起身之後咧個頸又痛，哇！咁你就不如咧就要諗下位仔係咪可能夠俾你枕頭咧係會更加理想啦。呢樣嘢就係你要做呢樣嘢。咁同埋咧枕頭咧就唔可以太平嘅，唔可以即係話哇好 flat 嘅，亦都好硬嘅。好多時候感唔覺到 support 嘅，因為枕頭咧要俾一個好 natural 嘅position 俾你先得嘅。咁呢樣嘢你要自己去即係衡量下啦，要去公司買嘅時候試，因為咧瞓覺嘅時候一定要有一個好瞓覺好姿勢，咁你先能夠瞓得舒服嘅。唔好話就咁瞓啦，其實唔係嘅，所有瞓覺你都有好姿勢嘅。Now, a lot of people forgot about the mattress. Okay. Now I'm also a community nurse years ago in Waipahu. I went to North Shore in Hawaii. Man, I found that a lot of people on the mattress, you know what they have? They're bugs. Okay. And there are lots of bugs. And those bugs actually, without proper sealing, is actually come up and start biting the patients. And I said, that's terrible. Wow, look at that. It's all, well, I flipped the blanket. It's all little black little thing running all around. So I said, oh my goodness. And even when I went home, I have to wash my pants, socks, everything, because I was so worried about, I took this home. So really, at the end of the day, you have to seal your mattress, box spring, to make sure there's no dust, mites, or other allergies. And that is important, because you have that, you know what? You get sneeze, you got bites, and the allergy will create all kind of itch, allergy for you, and it's going to affect the sleep. And that is no good. And especially the area with moisture area, wow, you got to be very careful, because, you know, I got to share with you a friend of mine who lived in the Peak in Hong Kong, a very rich lady. And unfortunately, the place they have is very moist. And, you know, surprising, you know, you thought that, wow, you know, Hong Kong live in the Peak must be okay. But the bed actually has bugs. And so, you know, really, you know, you got to understand, not necessarily wherever you live, you have to really examine, okay, yourself. So really, at the end of the day, do need to seal proper mattress, no bugs. So you make sure that it will not create allergy for you, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，好重要嘅床單啊、床褥啊，你一定要好照顧佢，同埋有一個好嘅 sealing 咧，即係封鎖咗佢啊。因為好多時咧，原來床褥裏面咧有好多叫細嘅細菌，亦都有 bugs 啊。咁呢啲生蟲咧係可能上嚟咬你又得啦，俾 allergy 你又得啦。哇，其實呢個好大問題嘅，因為近時我係一個叫做 community nurse 啦，喺美國嘅時候，哇，原來好多人咧，佢個床褥裏邊咧有好多係細嘅 bugs 走出嚟嘅。哇！我貼起張被，哇！好多黑色粒粒嘢走出嚟，跳咁，哇！我都嚇到驚，即刻翻屋企都要即係衫都要全部要洗嘅，因為如果唔係咧，唔知擺喺翻屋企入。其實我入去中國嗰陣時，亦都見到好多嘅。我有一次喺間酒店嘅新酒店嘅，一掀開塊被嘅時候，哇！裏面全部黑掹掹粒嘢走出嚟嘅。咁呢個咧係要十分注重。所以其實咧最重要一個床單床冚啊，唔係個床嘅墊褥裏邊咧。make sure 係好乾淨，同埋要冚得密封佢，唔會俾啲嘢走過去咧，能夠生嘢。所以其實呢個係一個十分重要嘅東西啊。Okay, now, so you know, at the end of the day, the bed supposed to get you to relax, not to do your work over there. So you're really not supposed to put yourself working or serving a nap in the bed, so or watch TV, because your bed's supposed to get rest. So if you can get rid of that, you might be able to sleep better, because your mind physically say, I'm going to relax now, I'll go to sleep. And work, I'll go to the table to work, or go to dining table to work. So you really do not want to put yourself at a place where on your bed, do work, surf internet, or watch TV. Get rid of that. So you will have a better position to sleep. Okay? 嗱，各位朋友，其實個床俾你瞓覺咧，俾你瞓覺 relax。咁如果你 psychologically 成日都係瞓覺咧，我係 relax，咁你咧就會繼續 relax。如果做嘢，譬如係要做去電腦啊嗰啲咧，不如你就拎去第二地方做啦。咁變咗嚟講，你就次次咧去床咧係只係去瞓覺，去 relax，咁就最好嘅。And also, so important, every time when you wake up, you got to wake up around the same time and also sleep around the same time. I have a friend who is very good, actually living in Hawaii, actually listen to the webinar. He sleeps every day at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. And every day he's there at 9 p.m. And I think wake up about 4 or 5, sometime around there, and he start walking. That is tremendous good habit. My friend, when you start off a routine to sleep at a certain time, wake up anytime, you don't need an alarm clock. They will automatically go to sleep and you always fall asleep. And then you will always, at the same time, before you go to sleep, you turn off between 5 to 30 minutes time. You turn off, get into bed, turn off the light, and so you can relax. Those are a good habit to start. So that way you will always know, 9 o'clock go to sleep, or 10 o'clock go to sleep, 11 o'clock go to sleep. Those are always a time. And I'll always up 6 o'clock. So that will be very, very good. So always set the time when you go to sleep at a certain time. It's always there. And that will be extremely good for you. 嗱，各位同學，每日咧其實咧起身瞓覺，你都應該係同樣時間，就唔好話啊今日係依樣，聽日係第二個時間。如果最好啊，譬如我係9點鐘瞓覺嘅，或者10點鐘瞓覺，或者11點瞓覺嘅，咁你就一日都係呢個時間。咁你朝頭早起身嘅時候咧，我就 always 成日都係5點半起身，或者6點鐘起身。如果你做到呢個習慣咧，哇！呢個係十分好嘅，同埋5至30分鐘 before 你瞓覺之前咧，就一定要去 relax， 唔好整咁多嘢，又唔好開始去做嘢。咁你咧就會係變咗一個瞓覺時間又開始習慣咧，咁你睡眠咧就一定會繼續係十分好嘅。And you really got to get rid of all the caffeine, okay? Because a lot of people say, wow, you know, I drink some coffee at dinner time. But you know what? When you drink the coffee at dinner time, it affects the sleep 4 hours later. Because usually it takes about 8 hours to get rid of the caffeine. So do not, if you are caffeine sensitive, do not drink coffee or strong tea before sleep. Now, LOWSUTEA tea is okay because LOWSUTEA tea has no caffeine. LOWSUTEA tea is only have guava leaf and bitter melon in there, has no caffeine. It doesn't affect the sleep. Matter of fact, it helps you sleep because of the fact that it relaxes you. Is not item to stimulate you. So do avoid caffeine with food or whatever. Like chocolate has also a lot of caffeine there sometimes. So you eat chocolate at nighttime, like before you go to sleep, it might affect your sleep pattern, okay? Because some sweet to go in there will affect the sleep. Plus, it has also caffeine in the chocolate, okay? And on top of that, some of the drug also might affect the sleep. So make sure to check with the doctor, see this drug has no caffeine, okay? So these are things that you have to pay attention. 嗱，咖啡因係可能夠影響瞓覺，尤是如果你夜晚飲咖啡嘅時候咧，咖啡好多時咧有6至8個鐘頭去 process 呢個咖啡啊。咁呢個咖啡因可能之後咧真係會 affect 你嘅，所以好多人都話：哇，我飲咖啡唔得嘅喎，或者飲茶都唔得嘅喎，啱，真係會影響你瞓覺嘅。咁但係去糖茶會影響瞓覺？唔會，因為去糖茶咧係裏邊冇咖啡因嘅，所以其實咧係可以能夠飲咗之後，你都唔會覺得係搞唔到你瞓覺。咁當然啦，好多食嘅嘢，朱古力啊係有咖啡因嘅，咁呢個會影響啦。有啲藥物亦都會啦。咁所以如果有藥物咧，就 make sure 你叫醫生轉藥啦。OK。Now, some exercise can be very helpful for your sleep. For example, not aggressive exercise. There's light exercise like Tai Chi. So if you do 3 to 4 hours before you vigorous exercise like lifting weight, before bedtime, that will affect the sleep. The reason is your heart gonna start pumping real fast. Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up because you're vigorous, you lift weight, for example. Those are all not good for you because your blood is just continue to circulate real big and you are tremendous ready to fight. And then your heart rate, boom, 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 boom. When you come back, you're not going to slow down, it will affect the sleep. But on the other hand, you do a gentle walk, for example, even you do, 15-minute walk after dinner, 1 hour before sleep, those are very good relaxing. And then you can also, if you do Tai Chi, can be also very good. So just do not do vigorous exercise because that will keep you awake, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，千祈唔好做劇烈運動啊！3個鐘頭裏邊咧，如果你做劇烈運動咧，會令到你成身咧都係 ready to fight 咧，咁你個心咧就 boom 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 boom， 咁其實咧會影響你瞓覺。咁其實咧最好咧就做啲柔軟啲嘅運動啦，或者行啦，行會對你好嘅，係 relax 你啊。咁行就唔係快行啊，慢行喎，講下。咁如果你行1個鐘頭或者40分鐘咧，係會幫助你瞓覺嘅。或者如果你識太極，可以真係做太極都得啦。就千祈唔好做一啲咧劇烈運動 lift weight 啊，或者係做一啲好劇烈嘅運動咧，咁令到心咧係定定砰咁行咧，咁你就瞓唔到覺㗎啦。OK。Also, do not eat a very heavy meal. or late meal. Like a lot of people actually eat at 11 o'clock at night and try to sleep at 12. Actually, that is really tough for them. You know why? Because your digestive system is have to work on your heavy meal to digest you. So you might affect the sleep. You know, you might feel bloated. You might feel like, somehow I don't know how to, get rid of the food, stuck, So you do not want to eat heavily, especially 1 hour before sleep. So it's very bad actually for a lot of people said, I need to have a heavy snack. They really get heavy snack before they go to sleep. So when you do that, actually affect your sleep, and it's not going to give you a good digestion also. So you want to have some snack, light snack, some, for example, fruits, very light snack, some nuts. So very light to actually help you to relax and so forth. Rather you go very, heavy meal, and that is definitely no good. Okay. 嗱，各位同學，晚飯瞓覺之前咧，千祈唔好食得太多嘢，因為食得太頂住個胃啦，咁你梗係瞓唔到覺啦。同埋咧，個胃咧要學同你 process， 搶嘢個 process。當你咁多 process 嘅時候咧，你血壓又會高啦，又會係一係咁喐啦，咁你係瞓唔到覺嘅。呢個係唔正仔嘅東西，所以千祈唔好真係食好多嘢。如果其實瞓覺之前咧，你應該食1個鐘頭前咧就停㗎啦，唔可以食太。咁就算如果你要食咧，食啲好 light 嘅食物，fruit 啊、berries 啊，嗰啲就唔好食嗰啲哇好 heavy 嘅東西。因為我見到好多人咧，夜晚瞓覺可能夠未瞓之前咧，真係食碗大嘅雞皮或者鴨腿麵，哇！依個就唔正仔啦，因為你會食好多嘢落去嘅時候咧，你要時間 digest 嘅。咁食完之後去瞓覺，係咪瞓得好咧？其實唔係正仔嘅，所以依個咧就唔好食呢樣嘢啊。同埋仲有令到血糖高啊。OK， so don't do that. Another thing too is don't drink alcohol before you sleep. Now a lot of people say, hey, I could able to drink the alcohol and then I will able to get me sleep better. Well, they found out at 2 o'clock they start waking up after they drank and they alcohol process. The reason is alcohol actually do affect the sleep. Plus, it takes time to metabolize, process the alcohol. It takes about a few hours to process. And if you a few hours this process, it takes you the whole night to kind of wake you up. So you want to do that? No, you don't want to do that. So do not drink alcohol before you sleep, especially when you do that. A lot of time, you will definitely, during the process, you might definitely wake up. And you wake up, then you can't go back to sleep. A lot of people have that experience where after they drink alcohol and say, after that, I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. So try not, well, if you do that, maybe you have a warm cup of milk, low-fat milk. Maybe that's better than alcohol. So try that. And rather than you drink alcohol and try to see whether it doesn't help you out at all. 各位朋友，嗱，唔好飲酒瞓覺，因為飲酒瞓覺咧，其實咧係唔係一個真正好嘅東西嘅。點解咧？因為你飲咗酒之後咧，你係會 take 大概3至4個鐘頭去 process 嗰啲酒啊。咁嗰陣時咧 process 緊嘅時候咧，就2鐘忽然間趌咗起身，趌起身咧瞓唔到覺喎，咁好戇居咩啊？瞓唔到覺。咁其實最好咧就唔好飲酒啦。咁如果係飲些啲咩，揾啲熱嘅low fat 低脂嘅牛奶啦，咁可能咧呢個仲比你飲酒係更加好嘅，幫你去瞓覺。Now, also very important is do not drink fluid 1 hour before sleep. Now, as you know, when you drink fluid, regular fluid, when you drink go to sleep, 1 hour. Why is that? Now, for example, our instruction to drink LOWSUTEA 1 hour before. There's a reason, because when you drink 1 hour before LOWSUTEA, 1 hour before sleep, you drink LOWSUTEA, your body very quickly will actually process the LOWSUTEA, and you will able to go urinate within 30 to 40 minutes. So you will urinate before you go to sleep, so it won't affect you actually go to sleep. But if you drink a lot of fluid and then sometimes fluid, not like LOWSUTEA, might not necessarily 1 hour you will go to shishi. It will take you maybe 2-3 hours later. Then maybe at that time you'll get up your bathroom and maybe go several times to do that, to go to the bathroom. So that way you end up to really go to a live bathroom, so you're not able to sleep well. And on top of that, a lot of time when you go to a bathroom, make sure your bathroom light is actually low, or doesn't turn on the light bright. You know, sometimes people just sleep and with the bathroom door open. That's also no good to you. So make sure when you go to sleep, 1 hour before you can drink fluid, not just before go sleep, drink some fluid. That's why we have LOWSUTEA advise you folks 1 hour before sleep, you drink LOWSUTEA, and most likely within that 1 hour, you avoid, you go shishi, and on top of that, you will actually lower your blood sugar, and that's why that will be extremely good for you. 各位同學千祈咧唔好去1個鐘頭前，唔係1個鐘啦，啱啱瞓覺裏邊咧係即刻飲嘢。飲咗水之後咧，你夜晚就係小便，咁啊瞓唔到覺啦。所以飲去糖茶咧，我叫1個鐘頭 before 你瞓覺之前去飲去糖茶，有解嘅。因為咧飲去糖茶咧，你30至40分鐘你就會去小便㗎啦。咁你變咗未瞓覺之前就去晒小便啦，因為佢係 stimulate 你去小便，因為佢屙咗啲糖、屙咗 cholesterol、屙咗鹽出嚟啊嘛，咁佢一定 stimulate 呢樣嘢嘅。但係水就未必係喎，所以如果你飲緊水咧，係啦，咁你半夜2點鐘、3點起身，或者4點又再起身，咁又拎到瞓唔到覺。仲有咧，如果你入咗去洗手間唔記得熄燈咧，仲弊個燈照住你啦，咁 make sure 唔好做呢樣嘢。When we sleep, make sure we have all the light turned off, because when you are light, a lot of times that the brain will tell you, hey, it's about time to go to work. It's daytime. So you really might not really get you to go to sleep. So turning off the light actually is important. Simple things like that. So turn off the light before you go to sleep. Okay. 各位朋友記住，瞓覺嘅時候一定要熄燈，因為你唔熄燈瞓覺嘅時候咧，個腦以為係我要翻工咯，其實唔係嘅。咁呢個咧就要熄燈嘅，因為咧好多時咧，當你唔熄燈嘅時候咧。你係真係以為自己要準備翻工咧，咁呢個咧係有一個問題咧，係令到你瞓唔到覺嘅。And on top of that, you gotta have all the noises, keep it loud, keep it low, and especially if dogs or whatever, which make sure that all those noise can keep it low, and make sure that if a lot of people say, hey, I really am very sensitive, well, get earplugs, and you get the earplug, then maybe with that you can eliminate all the noise, and will give you a better sleep. So keeping the noise low is very important, and it is good to give you a very quiet environment you can able to sleep. 各位朋友，因為咧瞓覺嘅時候咧，真係要將啲聲音全部降低晒啊，同埋咧 make sure 啲水喉唔會滴啊。呢啲令到你瞓覺咧係好有問題，或者鬧鐘滴又係一樣嘅。咁呢個咧，如果你個 environment 好靜，咁你就開始 relax， 可以瞓覺係好重要嘅。咁如果你話啲人好 sensitive 嘅，一啲聲唔得啊，咁咪最好俾個耳塞啦，咁咪塞住佢啦，咁你就瞓覺啦，就冇晒聲啦。Also, do not smoke, because smoke is like caffeine. It actually stimulates you. The nicotine actually will stimulate you, so you'll be like getting some caffeine. So tobacco also keep you up, and on top of that, might also create insomnia for you. So do not smoke when you sleep, okay? Or hopefully cut off smoking too, because that will help you tremendously. 所以食煙咧，其實亦都唔正仔嘅，因為食煙好似 nicotine 咧，係好似咖啡因一樣咧，係 stimulate 你嘅成個瞓唔到覺嘅。咁樣佢煙草咧，亦都係keep you up 嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你又會變咗係有失眠嘅問題啦，因為佢煙草係 keep you up， 咁你咪瞓唔到覺唔失眠啦。咁千祈咧就希望能夠戒煙更加好啦。咁希望大家能夠戒到煙啦。So if you have dogs that will sleep with you, and I know a lot of dogs actually sleep with you, many of us who have dogs, the dogs love to come under the bed. So make sure the dog don't just move around, because when they move around, it might wake you up. So hopefully they're also able to sleep on your bed, not on your bed, but the bottom of your bed, so it doesn't bother you. And on top of that, you know, animal has fleas, so also create allergies. So you got to make sure that they don't have fleas. So very important, more important, make sure that they sleep on the bottom of the bed, not to get on you, and then you move, and they will affect the sleep. 嗱，各位朋友，如果你有狗咧，狗啊好中意同你瞓覺嘅，咁但係或者如果佢成日喐嚟喐去咧，咁你瞓唔到覺啦，咁希望隻狗會瞓喺你床頭啦，唔係放喺你個床嗰度。如果唔係咧，你真係會係 end up 瞓唔到覺。咁其實咧，仲有咧，狗同貓啊都一樣嘅，佢有虱啦，咁亦都跳跳拱啦，或者會虱咧係令到你咧咬你啦，咁你有 allergy 啊，瞓唔到覺啦。And before you go to sleep, you gotta have also some relaxing exercise, especially 2 to 3 hours before sleep. You gotta get your brain, get rid of the business, turn it off. A lot of time you might listen some very nice and soft music, and maybe even taking a warm bath to relax you. All these things can help you to really get better health to sleep. So relax yourself when you go to sleep. 嗱，各位朋友，你一定要放鬆瞓到覺。如果唔係咧，你太過即係 stress 啦，就瞓唔到覺。咁好重要咧，就2個至3個鐘頭裏邊咧，before 瞓覺之前咧，最好就唔好諗生意啊，諗第二樣啊，或者聽下靜啲音樂啊，同埋一啲可能有啲人中意睇書啊，或者可以沖下涼啊、熱水涼啊都得嘅。所以呢啲咧全部都係一啲好嘅東西咧，令到你 relax。個 objective 係 relax。So a lot of people thought that, wow, I can't sleep. Maybe I should use some sleeping pill. Is that a good idea? No. You don't want to depend sleeping pill to get a habit to get you to sleep, because with that, you have a psychological dependence. Matter of fact, a lot of doctors will not recommend to have long-term use of sleeping pill. You should only, for short-term solution, 1 or 2 pills, stop. Because you have continued using sleeping pill, actually you will get very, very dependent, and it's not going to help you on sleep down the road, because you're psychologically, even you can sleep, you are so dependent. I haven't taken my pill, I can sleep. Don't do that, because that is not good for you. 各位朋友記住咧，就唔好即係避免食安眠藥嘅 dependence， 即係我要有瞓覺一定食安眠藥，咁就唔正仔嘅。Okay, so you gotta actually basically not to depend on your sleeping pill. You should only take as a short-term solution, like 1 or 2 days, and then get rid of it, and that's it. 唔好話即係做呢個安眠藥嘅習慣咗，呢個係唔正嘅。所有醫生都唔會想咁做嘅記住。And on top of that, you might want to talk to your doctor. Why you cannot sleep. If you have 1 month, you cannot sleep whole day. I mean, one whole month I couldn't sleep. So you might need to talk to the doctor, give you a little more solutions, okay? And maybe a lot of time you have some actual issue, physical issue, like acid influx. Like for example, your esophagus continue to put out, acid coming out. So you have a heartburn feeling here, and your neck here is also burned. It could be you have asthma, you can't breathe. It could be arthritis, which is, getting pain, okay? All that might need solution, not by just what we just talked about. So you need doctor help to help you to create some drugs to help you, or exercise to help you, or whatever. Worse that a lot of people don't realize is depression, because a lot of people don't think about depression, because psychological thing is embarrassing. I'm depressed. Are you kidding me? I cannot be depressed. So a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But as today, especially COVID-19, all these things come along, chances of depression is high. So you really need to talk to your doctor, see whether you need to help on depression. So these are the things that you want to think about. Not necessarily you have to do it, but you do think about it to help you to, to be sensitive to it and ask for doctor help. 嗱，各位朋友，如果1個月以後咧， 你瞓唔到覺咧，咁其實你要睇下醫生啦，因為可能咧係其他嘅問題啦 ，for example 啦，我有哮喘啦，或者有呢個胃酸倒流啦，咁令到你呢度咧就好唔舒服啦，有 heartburn 啦，同埋揦住喉嚨啦，咁同埋咧就可能有呢個不同嘅風濕痛啦，咁呢啲嘢全部咧係要揾醫生幫手俾藥你食嘅。咁仲有一個好重要咧，其實好多人都唔了解，亦都唔防禦咧，就係可能憂鬱症。因為好多時咧，憂鬱症係一個症咧，係一個好 embarrassing 嘅唔係咁我哋憂鬱有冇搞錯啊？唔係咁講，其實要係正視嘅。咁如果真係可能有憂鬱，尤其是而家好多人有憂鬱，有即係 COVID-19 啊，就點算啊？蘇聯打仗啊，點算啊？好多令到好多憂鬱嘅。咁你係要真係可能要睇下醫生呢樣嘢，去俾醫生研究下。So it's important you have to actually talk to doctors to help yourself and see whether that is something that they can help you. So these are the suggestions I have. So in conclusion, it is so important for diabetic, pre-diabetic to really get plenty high quality sleep. And if you don't, actually your body will, blood sugar goes up, your immunity go down, you might not necessarily get you good health, okay? So good sleep is so important. And really at the end of the day, 20 ways to do that is very simple. One, you have to shut off your phone, all the blue light cannot come out. And then you might be able to take some 20-minute nap during the afternoon, early in the afternoon, not late afternoon, or take a walk or drink some cold water, take away from the environment, relax a little bit in the middle of the day. And you have to cover your alarm clock. Don't let the blue light alarm clock to bother you, or especially the alarm clock that tick, 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 tick also can bother you. Maybe also sleep with a pillow in between the two legs to decrease the leg, hip pressure and back pressure, and also give you some comfort. Your pillow has to pay attention, has to be soft. Make sure it don't get you to be, get you to be hard to, your neck can be an issue. And also a mattress has to be sealed, make sure that it doesn't have bugs. And also you should, before you go to sleep, you gotta be very relaxed. And you should also take a habit of sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, and make sure you take caffeine when you, before you go to sleep. Caffeine will affect you, as sometimes 6 to 8 hour processes caffeine. You also need to do some very light exercise, not vigorous exercise, because it will get your heart to pumped up, then it's not going to help you. And then you also don't eat heavy meal, because when you eat heavy meal, it's going to take time to process your body. Don't drink alcohol before sleep, because alcohol will take time to process. And when you've processed, and it will probably wake you up in the middle of the night. And then you are drink fluid, you drink 1 hour before you sleep. Now, LOWSUTEA is good to drink an hour before you sleep, because you're 30 or 40 minutes, you'll go void already, you go shishi. And when you urinate, you get rid of all the sugar and salt and cholesterol out. So you will sleep good. Your light has to turn off. Don't turn on your light when you sleep. And I'll make sure you have no noise or very limited noise that don't bother you. If you have bother you, put the earplugs on it to help you eliminate noise. Do not smoke, because when you smoke, it's just like caffeine. Tobacco is like caffeine that stimulates you and continue to stimulate you, is not going to make you sleep. So if you have dogs in the bed or so, you make sure the dog doesn't walk around you all the time. They should sleep in the middle, bottom of your bed, rather than sleep with you. That will walk around, wake you up. So that is going to be, you got to watch that. You have to also relax all the time before you sleep. Usually it takes 1 to 2 hours to relax you. Do some music, do some reading and so forth to help you out. And really, I would highly suggest not to do sleeping pills, because your sleeping pill only a short-term solution, not a long-term solution. If you're sleeping pill dependent, it's going to be really screw up your whole body, and try not to do that. If 30 days you couldn't sleep, you talk to the doctor, identify other problems, maybe your arthritis problem, your depression problem. So those are things you need to pay attention. 各位同友，就算你係前期患者，或者你係呢個糖尿病患者， 一定要有好 quality、好質量嘅睡眠，因為如果唔係咧，你瞓唔到覺嘅時候咧，你有一個好大嘅問題出現，就係你嘅血糖上升。咁如果你瞓得好嘅話咧，你身體一定好嘅，咁你免疫力都好嘅，咁你一定會健康嘅，咁 is very good for you。咁其實最重要咧就係你首先要 turn off 晒啲手提電話、電視啊，因為藍燈會影響你瞓覺嘅。第二樣嘢，如果你係日頭去瞓下晏晝係十分好㗎。如果你瞓咗20分鐘喺食晏晝後咧去瞓覺，so good for you，令到你咧能夠會一個成身都改變咗你身心。如果你唔實瞓咧，你出去行下10分至20分鐘都 good 嘅，或者飲啲去糖茶、熱嘅凍都可以 relax 下，轉換下環境。咁其實咧重要咧，好重要咧，就將你個alarm clock turn off，唔好話喺度着燈或者同埋滴滴滴滴滴。去咁啊最好因為個滴滴滴咧就令到瞓覺瞓唔到嘅。咁其實咧你仲有可以幫你係令到瞓覺好咧，係將個枕頭俾你兩個腳之間咧，係令到你能夠更加令到你背脊唔會痛啦，令到你亦都覺得好似好舒服咁啦，呢個好重要嘅。咁同埋咧你個枕頭咧係咪係一個好舒服嘅枕頭，令到頸唔會痛咧？呢個亦都係嘅。咁同埋咧牀個褥裏邊咧 make sure 咧唔會有好多微生物細嘅 bugs 咁令到你咧出嚟咬你整 allergy 咁你周身痕亦都係一個好大問題。咁同埋咧仲有咧係隻牀咧係俾你能夠去 relax 嘅。咁你咧全部喺度做嘢啦，同埋咧你仲有咧每日咧係習慣一個睡眠咧係同樣嘅時間，係譬如話晏晝唔係 sorry， 我係每晚咧9點鐘瞓覺就9點鐘瞓覺，10點10點瞓覺，朝頭早5點起身或者6點咧，我日日都係咁嘅，咁就 very good 嘅。OK，make sure 係瞓7個鐘頭。OK， 咁仲有咧係唔好飲啲咖啡因。OK， 因為咖啡因咧要6至8個鐘頭 process 嘅，咁你飲咗之後咧你就瞓唔到覺㗎啦。咁同埋咧一定係做啲細容易嘅運動，細小運動或柔與運動行啦，就唔好做啲劇烈運動，因為劇烈運動咧令到你心臟咧會嘣嘣嘣嘣嘣，你瞓唔到覺啦。咁唔好食得太過 heavy 啦，食 heavy 亦都要食個腸要 process 食物咧，亦都令到瞓唔到覺啦。咁仲有咧就唔好飲酒啦，飲酒亦都令到你咧半陣起身，因為你酒 process 嘅，或者半鐘起身。咁同埋咧係1個鐘頭前咧就唔好飲嘢啦。咁如果飲虛糖茶，點解1個鐘頭咧？就因為虛糖茶飲1個鐘頭咧，瞓覺之前1個鐘頭飲虛糖茶，你大約30至40分鐘你就會小便嘅。咁小便咧就將你糖鹽同埋你 cholesterol 就掉咗出嚟，咁就10分好嘅。咁同埋咧，仲有一樣嘢，將所有燈熄咗佢，同埋唔好有聲音，因為聲音令到你瞓覺係唔舒服啦。咁千祈唔好食煙啦，食會 stimulate你瞓唔到覺啦。如果有狗咧，就 make sure 啲狗咧瞓喺呢個床尾裏邊啦，就唔係放喺同佢一齊瞓啦。咁 before 1個鐘頭至2個鐘頭表瞓覺之前 relax 晒，聽下音樂睇下書咁同埋咧就唔好食安眠藥啦。安眠藥係唔可以永遠係同你一齊去影響瞓覺，係一個 short term 短暫嘅2-3日就 OK 嘅啫。如果1個月後你瞓唔到覺，咁你真係揾醫生傾下偈啦。OK。So today is my lecture. I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any question, you can write to me. I'm very happy to answer you. And this is my connecting information right here. This is my email, andy@wafong.com. You can do that, or you can WhatsApp me also at 852-6792-8891 or 852-3001-5644, or call us, okay, if you want to do that. But nevertheless, write to us. This is our email address. So I will be open for any question you might have. And so, I have a nice question. One question is from Eugene. You always have good question. Okay, so it said afternoon nap. Maximum is 20, minimum is 20 minutes. And what is the maximum? Actually, maximum is no more than 1 hour. You don't want to sleep too long. The minimum 20 minutes is good because you want that 20-minute cat nap to be able to wake you up, sleep and regenerate your refreshness. So 20 to 30 minutes is a very good one. If you need to sleep longer, no more than 1 hour. So the maximum, no more than 1 hour. 阿宇專 always 問一個好好嘅問題咧，如果你瞓晏覺係20分鐘就 OK 係 minimum 啦。咁如果最長瞓到幾多啊？就千祈唔好瞓多過1鐘頭。其實最好咧就20至30分鐘係一個好東西嘅。你瞓完覺之後咧，你會覺得成個人精神晒、爽晒，成個晏晝都做嘢10倍好嘅。OK， 所以你係會係make sure 你瞓覺咧唔瞓多過1個鐘頭，最好就係20至30分鐘。OK，so the cat nap is only 20 to 30 minutes the best. If you need to sleep longer, no more than 1 hour. Okay. So another question is, if I exercise, how much time before sleep for light exercise? Now, light exercise should be like walking. So usually you took you no more than 40 minutes walk will be good because you don't want to be overexert yourself. So you can do 40-minute walk will be good. Some people take half an hour, that would be also good. But the key is don't overstress yourself. It's mainly light exercise. It's not like wow, to do vigor exercise. I found that if I walk half an hour to 20 minutes, man, that night I slept real good. And the reason is because it relaxes you and you walk around. And usually what I do is I either walk shopping mall or walk with my dogs. And that will be also helpful. And so really good to do that to help you to end up not to overstress yourself. So 如果夜晚做 exercise 咧，咁你就應該咧係最好咧就做呢個瞓覺咧係瞓喺做 exercise 未瞓覺之前咧，最好就30至40分鐘行啦。咁就好嘅。如果你行半個鐘頭40分鐘咧，你會好舒服嘅人，係行喎，唔係走喎，亦都唔係快行喎，係慢慢行。OK， 咁令到瞓覺好舒服嘅。So another question is low-fat milk. Should it be cold low-fat milk? Also okay to warm. Actually, warm is actually better for low-fat milk because when you when you have warm milk actually relax you. Warm milk is better relaxation than cold. Okay, so always drink some small amount of warm, low-fat milk is better. Okay, so to relax you, you should use warm, low-fat milk. Okay. Now, 飲牛奶係應該飲暖牛奶最好 ，cold 就得嘅，但係暖係更加好嘅。所以有啲人咧唔中意飲熱嘅，咁 OK 啦。如果有 warm milk 咧，係能夠令到個腸胃啊更加係 relax 係舒服啲嘅。OK。How about melatonin as a medication? Now you cannot depend on that for a long time. It's only short, like couple nights, 3 nights. It's okay, but not for long. OK。所有藥物咧就千祈唔好食 too long， 因為食 too long 食 too 即係 dependent 咧係唔正仔㗎，記住啊。So when you sleep on your back, how do you know your body aligned? Okay. Another question from Gordon is very good. When you align well, your back will be basically to make sure you align is you felt that you are sleep in a position that you're comfortable, because it's very difficult to say you're aligned correctly or not. The most important when you lie down, especially you lie down on your back, you make sure you felt that your body feel totally comfortable, not in the sense that I feel pain here and there or something stuck in here and there. So to align better is make sure that you slept a very comfortable supine position. And also when you tilt, make sure that you tilt in such a way that you also feel very comfortable. If you are very comfortable, most likely your body aligned. Okay, so I hope I answer your question. 嗱，瞓覺咧，如果你就咁平瞓咧，點能夠令到你咧係覺得係真係好舒服啊？係咪啱唔啱啊？個 body 啱啊？其實最重要瞓覺嘅時候咧，你個 body 咧就應該係要喺瞓咗落去嘅時候咧，全身係好舒服嘅，係唔係應該係瞓到出嚟咧？我呢度好硬啊，呢度唔係好舒服啊，講得唔得，即係唔係 align 啦。咁你瞓咗落去咧， 係要好，因為你自己要感覺到㗎呢樣嘢。咁如果你 turn left or turn right 咧，都係要感覺到咧係好舒服嘅。所以呢個咧 align 係要自己去覺得舒服就應該 align 啦。I have a question from Pat. Thank you, Pat. You're very good to ask a question. If you put a pillow in between your, where do you put this pillow? Your pillow should be on your thigh area to all the way to on the knee. Where do you put it? 個問題咧，阿 Pat 個問題咧問得好嘅，佢係個枕頭放喺邊度啊？其實就放喺你個大髀同埋你個膝頭哥同埋小腿嗰度嘅兩個咁樣接住。咁嗰度咧係夾住咧，咁啊大髀呢度啦，膝頭哥呢度啦，同埋小腿呢度啦。咁你夾住佢咧嘅時候咧，其實咧你係能夠令到你咧，你可能打側少瞓咧，你係覺得你個背脊係十分舒服嘅，同埋仲有一樣嘢咧係令到你有一個好安全感啊！我唔知你記唔記得你細佬哥嘅時候咧，你瞓覺好嘅時候攬住個膝頭瞓覺，亦都有試過咧係擺喺個枕頭，咁令到呢個咧係令到你擺個大髀同埋膝頭哥同埋小腿嗰度咧，你令到你係好舒服咧。令到減低你個背脊個痛楚咧係好好嘅 ，OK？ So do that and try yourself and see how comfortable that is. It'll give you a lot of comfort and give you a lot of decrease your pain. So keep that in mind when you do this. Make sure you put a pillow on your thigh and the knee and the lower leg. You will feel very, very comfortable, and you will feel also a comfort, decrease the stress on your back, and especially you turn left and turn right. We do a lot of that for our actually long-term patient in bed. We do that. So make sure you put the pillow on the thigh, knee, and the lower extremity. You put it in between that, then you will be so good for you. And that will try that. You will feel very, very comfortable. Feel like you get some more comfort and also decrease the stress on your back. Okay， 所以放個枕頭喺個大髀、膝頭哥同埋個小腿嗰度兩個夾住佢咧，你會令到你咧個成身咧都舒服晒嘅。So good. I'm so glad everybody asked some question. I thank you for Pat ask me question. 多謝阿 Pat 問啲問題啦 ，Pat 好好啊。咁亦都。I thanks Eugene, Gordon asked so many good questions, and I hopefully that will continue to see you. I hope that this will help you to get you sleep better every night, and this is so important for you because you sleep well. Even though you're not diabetic, you get better health, and you will get better rest. And next morning you do a lot more things that are much better. Thank you again. I appreciate all your question and answer. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.